This week's big takeaway for me comes straight from elementary school, more specifically, straight from the parent-teacher conferences that we had last week as this fall semester is wrapping up. What I learned is that teachers are woefully unprepared for the rapidly evolving role that AI can play in education. And it's not just about sniffing out AI-generated essays or catching kids cheating with ChatGPT. Their fear goes much deeper, and it's holding students back. Many teachers are so terrified of kids using AI to complete assignments that they're abandoning homework altogether. Most of the assignments now that my kids are getting have to be done in class, which also limits the amount of time they spent learning, teachers teaching to them. And that's a huge miss. Instead of fearing AI, they should be teaching students how to use these tools responsibly. Case in point, my son's 8th grade teacher actually had him and us as parents sign a non-AI pledge. I didn't sign it. Their essays are written in class. Meanwhile, my daughter's 5th grade teacher admitted to me in our feedback session that she's so scared of AI that she refuses to even talk about it with the students. This is not the way forward. This fear kind of reminds me of the old resistance to calculators in school. Remember back in the day, some teachers refused to let students use them, worried that it would weaken math skills. But I was like the first generation with TI-82 calculators as a supplement for our learning. Now you fast forward to today, and scientific and graphing calculators are mandatory in most classrooms once you hit middle school. To be fair, not every teacher is running from this. The STEAM and PEP teacher, a very progressive educator, and a familiar face who happened to be my son's kindergarten teacher who's now teaching PEP, is actively incorporating AI into her lessons. She gets it. She's thoughtful about the balance, leveraging AI's strengths while ensuring kids still develop core skills. But she expressed her concerns when I ran into her in the hallway. Kids who lean on AI too heavily may miss out on honing and developing foundational skills, but ignoring AI entirely won't solve that problem. The real issue here is it's not AI itself. It's, I think, a lack of curiosity and adaptability. You're not going to find a more staunch defender of the teaching profession than I. But teachers need to evolve their techniques, their lessons and assignments to account for the tools students already have access to. AI is not going away. These kids can get it on their Chromebooks. It's going to get better, faster, and more integrated into every aspect of life. So why not teach kids how to use it wisely? To be clear, I'm not saying AI should replace real learning. Students need critical thinking skills, the ability to write compelling essays, solve complex problems, and understand how systems work. But AI can take over the repetitive, mindless tasks and free them up to do more creative and really mind-expanding experiments and learning exercises. So I thought about this, and I actually wrote down a few ways for educators to start embracing AI. And number one is to teach AI literacy. Introduce students to tools like ChatGPT or Nectar's AI assistants, not as shortcuts, but as learning aids. Teach them how to craft effective prompts, edit AI outputs, and verify information for accuracy. Number two is controlled AI tools. Platforms like Nectar are designed with education in mind. They allow teachers to customize AI for their courses and monitor interactions and guide students toward discovery using methods like the Socratic approach. It's not just about getting the answer, it's about learning how to get there. That's what we need to be teaching. Number three is grade appropriate guidelines. Younger students can use AI for brainstorming or generating ideas, while older students can explore its applications in research and analysis and even ethical discussions about its use. The key is setting clear boundaries at every grade level. The fourth on my list is incorporating AI ethics. Ethics was not something we ever learned in any classroom ever growing up, but we can teach them how to use AI as a springboard for critical discussions. Why does it work? Why does it fail? What are its limits? These conversations can help students become more informed users, not just passive consumers. the last thing on my list was to collaborate to create a real curriculum. Teachers don't need to go it alone. Bring in the STEAM educators or even parents who understand these tools to help create and co-create lesson plans that integrate AI effectively. These are tools. They're not a threat, but it requires teachers to stay curious and be open to change. And if we can get there, we won't just be preparing kids for tests, we'll be preparing them for life and what comes next. And isn't that the whole point?